Today's Wednesday, July 10th, and I got the wheel loader up here. We got to do that cross. Wes is actually headed to get it right now. It's just a little after lunchtime. Jeremy's cutting. They've already got, one field's already baled. They got 2 across the road cut, and so he's almost got number 9 cut. So he's already got 9 cut, and he's in number 11. And he got 21 and 24 left to cut, and then we got some loads of dirt down here that the county's bringing in. They're digging up soft spots in the road. So we're going to run down there in the dozer real quick, and we're going to make it where we can get on the other side of the feed lane. Oh, they already baled it. Looks like maybe 2 or 3 bales. I don't know. It's not even probably an acre and a half. But we need to get that smoothed up anyway. And also, Jeremy went down to my yard and cut the little front part and the little back piece that I don't mow the lawnmower with the Moco. So we'll see how many bales that makes. But we're going to jump on the dozer real quick and run down there and smooth them places out. So the county came by yesterday, and then they just a little bit past my house and somewhere else, I haven't seen where they're at, but a little bit past my house there was some big potholes and soft spots in the road. And then so they came by and said they were digging them up and asked if we wanted to take what they were digging up. So I was like, yeah, of course. So right now we got 11 dump truck loads here of basically road and clay and asphalt and rock. Yeah. So that's what you call the good stuff. And this exit lane off the feed lane, when we built the feed lane a couple years ago, we only went 50 foot on the concrete because that's all we could afford. And we do have some rock and some hard pan and all that stuff on the rest of it, but it doesn't last, especially with all the rain that we got this year. I mean, it's like, everything's gotten destroyed. Hang on, there's Yellow Jacket. Anyway, so I'm going to take all this and push it up here and make a real nice road for the cows to walk out on, and also get it to where we can get over to those 3 bales there. Wes cut that earlier. I mean, I don't even know, that's maybe an acre and a half, and then made 3 bales. So yeah, we just got to get the electric fences out of the way, get all this pushed over there. Well, we got this road done. This is where all the piles were. I actually was able to get it really cleaned back off, back to the original ground where they dumped, and then got a nice road built. Could use 8 more loads to get from where this is to that top of that bridge over there, or that culvert where it's all one level. But yeah, it's a lot better than it was. The dozer ran like awesome. All that work that we did to it the other day. Felt throttle was nice and smooth with that new fuel filter and all the oil that we checked and put in it and stuff. It ran a lot better than it was. Which, I mean, really it wasn't running that too bad to begin with, but it's running a lot better now. If you're wondering about the big dozer, nobody's drove it in probably, let's see, 4 to 6 months. It's still sitting out in the woods. It's been too wet to go out there. But last Sunday, me and Wes went out and looked at it, checked all of it out okay. Checked all the engine oil and everything to make sure it was all good. And battery's dead, but obviously it's a lot bigger area in the back. But on this side, the hydraulic tank's up here, and then you got the cage, which you could probably fit, from the seat to the cage, you could probably fit 2 small kids up there. And there was a snake skin hanging off from this side all the way around the post, all the way around, and then down in behind the seat, in between 2 pieces of how this has the back door, and then where the metal is, where the seat's bolted to. I tried to pull it out, but it was stuck inside there, and then the piece I got out was probably 4 foot long, and it was still in a good meaty section of the snake, all intact. So then we immediately jumped off and took off running and left the dozer there, and somebody else can go look at it. But we got this road all fixed up, and we're just got to put the electric fences back on. You can see that little bit of a dip right there. We get that dip filled in and get some rock on top of this, and this will pack and then be like concrete once it sets back up. But yeah, so we're gonna get the electric fences put up. Had to shut it down for like an hour and a half or so and go help Wes with that drive line. He went and got the part and then got back, got it taken off, and halfway taken apart, he called me and said he needed a hand, you know, and so I helped him get the cross out and then put it back in and put it back on, and it's running good now too. So that was good. Kind of worried that it was going to be something major, and then I'd have to go to mixing up feed with one of them 6410s, and then I would officially retire from feeding when if I had to do that again. I'll show you real quick the drive line that we found last night that went out, or that was going out. It's making some god-awful noises when I was wrapping yesterday, and this drive line here, and it was this cross here that was out. So Wes undone these and done those in the back, took it off, and then we took a couple sledgehammers and knocked out the old cross, used the vise, put the new one in, and then bolted it back on. Took about probably altogether 2 hours. I probably helped him for an hour and a half, and that cross cost $26. So I was really worried that it was gonna be something major and it'd be going into a shop, but it didn't. So it's all good. We're gonna go lift the fork up and start loading bales. We got 2 fields over here across the road to get. It looks like 26 or 7 bales on those 2 fields. One in the middle on the other side, and then right here with a pond. And we got 5 bales down here at my house. And 4 in the front. I don't know, they said there was 5. Oh, there's 5th one. Oh, there's 5th one. We got 5 bales here at my house too, so. Okay, well there's the 5 bales from my house, and now we're gonna head over across the road. Just got 1 bale left to load up, and then across the road, and those 5 at my house are loaded and ready to be wrapped. I was using that bale to hold the fence down so the truck can drive over it. He's got to, yeah, he's gonna have to go out in that other field and turn around and come back across to get back on the lane. Or no, he's gonna go for it. Never mind. Just barely enough room for him to get in and turn just right on the lane. So, let's see here. May end up just carrying this one back. Gonna put the fits back up in this one spot, and then we'll head to the wrapper. Just be wrapping the rest of the day. I got one more bale left. I'm waiting on Jeremy. He's actually coming back. I don't know if you'll be able to see him through the feed lane there. Group 1's walking out, and he's at the 4-way right now. I can see him. He's walking and getting the gate. Wes is going to take off in the 70-20 with that hay trailer that we fixed a week or two ago. So hopefully it doesn't snap in half. But he's going to go get, let's see, I think they said there was 38 bales left out in the field. So he's going to go get a load of 5 and a load of 4. And that'll leave one more full load with the semi. And I need, let's see. Well, I'm going to get a plug and then 3 more bales down here to finish this line off, and I'll move the wrapper. But check out the sky right now. Isn't that kind of weird? It's all dark blue, and then that cloud up high there just blocked out the sun. So, which actually makes it a little bit better for me, because usually wrapping like this, I'm staring into the sun when it's setting. But we'll get this one. We'll get this one put in, and then I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll run down there, unload Jeremy, and leave 3 bales. I'll leave 3 bales on the trailer, let him pull up here, take them 3 off, and let him go get that last load. And then Wes will come in with probably a load of 5, and then I'll get him unloaded, and he'll go back and get the other 4 bales, and then Jeremy will come in the middle there with the semi-load. So that's where we're at right now. Let's see what time it is. It's 7:40, so it might not be too late tonight. Never mind, I came up with a better idea. I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 bales in the wrapper, plug it, and then as I unload the trailer down there on the other end, Jeremy, instead of sitting there playing on his phone, can walk the wrapper down to the other end for me. Less work for me. Yeah, the whole time I've been watching these clouds out here, and something behind us popped up. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today. Just trying to get the plastic started on the wrapper, make sure I had all the knobs going the right way, and lightning striking straight down behind me. Ooh, I just caught that bell. I still got basically 1 full load and another full load being loaded, and I think 4 or 5 bales or something like that to wrap. So got 50 bales to load or to wrap still. Just make sure everything on the wrapper is working. Just kind of doing it in a hurry. Now I'm kind of, that laneway that I just fixed up with the dozer. Well, I mean, it's not an ideal situation for that to take a whole bunch of water. I mean, I got it good and domed up where it should shed the water, but the cow's walking on it and it's raining. It's gonna bust it all up. It'd been a whole lot better if it would have got walked on a few days and even rolled some. We didn't have time to roll it. So hopefully it's just, hopefully it's nothing. Well, it's dark over there, it's dark over that way, and dark up that way. Look at the radar. When we were moving the wrapper, I mean, it was dead still, and there was no breeze at all. See, watch that. That just popped up. That's what's right behind us right now. And then apparently this is that coming this way. You see right there? So right when I was getting this wrapper started, that's what fired up right there. There's no severe, it's just I don't want to get wet. Or start my lightning. Damn it, I just ran out of plastic. get these 2 boxes of plastic on the ground with my forks without hitting Chance's truck. We got one. How's the other one? Oh, here it is. Got him. Zigzag through here. Zigzag through here. Watch out, you piece of crap truck. And back up a little bit so I don't hit the... Took like 5 minutes. I don't know how much you saw, but it just changed plastic or put new rolls on, and gotta get going. When I went in for lunch, I ended up having to fix a microwave, so I didn't watch the weather today, and I didn't know none of this was happening, so that kind of sucks. Yeah, we're about to get hammered. Oh my god, it's still going. Let's go. Then we fixed that drive shaft, we might twist it off. And wind just picked up to, I don't know, 40, 50 miles an hour. Ooh, that's gonna be a small hole. Shit, I'm going around. So far, no rain, but you know what's causing the wind? It's a wall of water coming, so we ride over from that way. There's the last load right there. This wrapper ain't going fast enough. A lot of lightning. Steer the wrapper again. There she goes. The wrapper keeps wanting to go into the other line of bales. Right there. We're gonna go as long as we can go. The wrapper's not really wanting to steer for me very good for some reason. Ah! Well, I guess this is better than having dry hay on the ground right now, like probably a whole bunch of people have. You know, they started chopping corn silage a couple days ago. I was talking to a guy today that said he's going to chop corn sausage this weekend. So, we're starting this weekend. Yeah. He's probably going to put the brakes on it. Golly. I went blind for a minute. If you had two bales sitting there, in the middle of each bale is going to have a little less plastic than it does in between each bale. And that way when they're sitting there on the ground and things like that, that you don't get holes ripped into them. You can set the wrapper up to run many different ways, but that's how we have ours. So as long as I get it in, we just had a problem there. I'll be right back. I may have ran out of gas. Well, alright, it's about 10:20 now. It has been raining for about an hour and a half. The only thing the weatherman said was that there was going to be a little cold front, is what I saw last night. I didn't see nothing about no rain, especially not that kind of rain. If I had to guess, it rained about an inch. So, well, we had run out of gas with about 10 or 11 bells left, and then so it's when it was raining probably its hardest, and then Wes pulled in right before I ran out of gas, and I guess to see if I needed help or anything, and then so he ended up giving me a ride to my truck, and then went home and ate dinner real quick, and then I came back, and by that time it was slowing down, so got the gas can, filled it up with gas, and I actually had to do something at the shop real quick, so Wes came with me in my truck, and got the gas can and filled it up with gas, and filled the wrapper up with gas, and then I told him to go get the skid steer and run down the center of the feed lane, because it's full of water, and anytime it's full of water you got to take advantage of that to get the center of the feed lane nice and clean with the rubber tire. So he's doing that right now. I got 4 bales left, counting these 2, and then we'll call it a day. Let me move the wrapper a little bit. I don't know, for some reason on this line it's not wanting to steer very well. It's just kind of zigzagging all over the place. So I don't know, when it's dark and wet, and what I do is I stare at the tires, so when it's dark and wet it's harder to see exactly which way the tire's facing, because the reason I load bales on the right side, because if I scoot over anymore I'm going to run into the other line, so I have to stay to the one side of the wrapper, which then puts where I'm sitting in about straight on with the steer tire on the wrapper. So I look at that, and that's how I can tell if I need to turn or if it's going straight or whatever. But yeah, right now it's kind of hard to tell exactly which way it's facing. So we'll get these 2 bales wrapped, and then put the bucket on, shut the wrapper off. Hopefully Wes is done. Then you can bring my truck back, and then we'll head to the house and call it a day and get up in the morning. And I got the vet coming in the morning, so I got a vet check. Got 148 cows to palpate. The last of the preg checks, and then we like to preg check them again right before they go dry, so it's probably 50-50 cows going dry and the last of the cows to actually preg check that are 40, 50, 60 days pregnant, and then the other ones are going to be 180 to 200 days pregnant. So just to make sure that before we dry the cows off that they didn't abort or anything like that, or they lost a calf, or for whatever reason. Holy crap, did y'all see that? That was all the way across the sky. There's been some ridiculous lightning. Just crazy. When I came out of the house earlier, I was walking to my truck and there was like 3 lightning strikes at the same time, just straight down. And they like stayed there and you could just, had like 3 seconds to look at the whole lightning bolt. It was pretty cool. But with that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. By the way, I went and looked at the lane and it was actually in decent shape. So, I don't know. Maybe I got it good and packed enough. And it was, kind of like that oily asphalt shedded the water. Group 2 was walking out and they didn't seem to be sinking down in it or anything like that, and they were actually standing on it pretty firm looking. So that's good news. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.